I'd like to invite the first evaluator for the first speaker, who is none other than Susan, who will be evaluating Abdul Wahid, right? All right, with that, let me invite Susan to the floor. The stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator Kim. Dr. Rashid. Where is Dr. Rashid? Okay, Dr. Rashid, I have to be honest with you because I couldn't catch most of what you said. I'm not used to your accent. However, I did hear some phrases like believe in yourself, cannot see the positive mindset, keep moving, failing 1,000 times, positive mindset. And from this, I gather it is definitely an inspiring speech. Am I right? From your facial expression, you seem very comfortable. And I gather you did have a good speech structure. As stated, you started by introducing yourself, and then you gave an example of Edison in the content of your speech, and you concluded with a quote. This much I can gather from your speech. And I would like to give you 2 points of improvement. First one is introduce a little more about yourself, perhaps about where you're from or a little bit about your family. And the second point is I would suggest you sit a little further back or stand to deliver your speech in order to demonstrate some of the hand gestures to enhance your speech and also for better audience engagement. Overall, you have delivered a very motivational and inspiring speech, I gather, and I hope to be able to understand you better the next time to enjoy your speech. Thank you. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Susan. I think it was Abdul Wahid, not Dr. Rashid. Abdul Wahid? Yeah. The speaker was Abdul Wahid. No worries. It's okay. Thank you so much. And I have to agree with Susan. It was a little difficult to understand because maybe we're not very familiar with the way the accent you had. I mean, I still could catch a lot of valuable lessons in your speech, especially when you talk about the light bulb story. It was quite meaningful and it reminds me of my childhood story. So that made me feel like, yes, we should really appreciate the experience, maybe the worst experience we have gotten, but that was not the worst. It was just more of like an experience for us to learn to become a better person. So with that, thank you, Abdul Wahid, for you more, because I believe you'll be a very, very impressive speaker in the near future. With that, I'll have to invite the second evaluator, who is none other than Yasmin, Toastmaster Yasmin, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Nazira. With that, the stage is yours.
Nazira, thank you for presenting an informational and luculent speech about heliophilia. The first thing I like about your speech is that your speech is well organized. You have an introduction, body of the speech where you stated the main points and also the conclusion. I can see that you have given a lot of thoughts for your speech. I like that you started off by interacting with us. You asked us whether we are an indoor person or outdoor person. I find that introduction is very clever as it slowly relates to your speech topic, heliophilia. You also explained to us the meaning of the word heliophilia, I didn't know that there is such a term until I listened to your speech tonight. For the main points, you shared with us 3 benefits of sunlight. First, we can obtain free vitamin D, improve our mood, and also for weight loss. Then you also shared with us what you feel when you didn't go outdoor. Now I know why I always feel gloomy and sad. It's because I didn't go outdoor. Another thing I love about your speech is that it was very motivational. I think it's not easy to motivate people by giving an informational speech or talk, but you managed to motivate me and give me a thought that I should give a chance to love sunlight more. You encourage us by suggesting things that we can do outdoors, such as exercise or even laying on the grass and looking at the sky. The words you used to describe that were vivid, and I could imagine the view of the beautiful blue sky above me. I felt like I should start converting myself from being an indoor person to an outdoor person after listening to your speech. If I may suggest one thing you can improve on, I suggest that you may want to add on more vocal variety to your speech. I noticed that your tone is very soft and sweet, just like the morning sunlight. Perhaps you can use pauses or use a higher tone to express something more important or something that most of us can relate to. For example, the benefit of being outdoor is it is also a catalyst for weight loss. And also, just now I can see that you have a lot of hand gestures. However, because you're sitting down, I cannot see the whole movement of your hands. You may want to move your seat a little bit to the back or stand up while giving your speech. As a challenge for your future speech, you may want to include a quote from famous person or not so famous person in your conclusion to give us a more impactful conclusion. All in all, it was a well-organized speech. I enjoyed it very much. Well done, Nazira. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yasmin, for such a detailed evaluation. I really love Nazira's speech as well because it makes me feel like I need to go back to the sun again after staying at home for almost 3 months. Right, thank you for reminding us. Now I'd like to invite the final evaluator for our third speaker, who is none other than Pooja, who will be evaluating Zainab. With that, I'll have Pooja, over to you.
Thank you very much, GE. Good evening, everyone, once again. Now, can I have Toastmaster Zainab? Okay. Toastmaster Zainab, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate you for the confidence and the courage that you actually had to come back and redo your presentation, because I know it's not easy, because it has happened to me several times ever since we started virtual settings. And I know how we are already feeling nervous, and I know how the connectivity issues sometimes really tests our nervousness and courage that particular day when you're trying to present a speech. So good job, and I congratulate you on the courage that you had. It showed that you have confidence. Now, moving on to the speech, you had very good clarity in your voice. I was able to hear you very clearly. I could hear your words, each and every word very clearly, and I got what you were trying to say. Next, I really liked your vocal projection. You were loud and clear. Which relates to the clarity in your voice. I was able to hear you very clearly. Next, you had very good points and message throughout your speech. Ever since you started your speech, you started with a quote, and moving on, you had very short and simple messages, yet very important ones that I think each and every one of us attending the meeting today should actually have a thought on it. Next up, you had great enthusiasm in presenting your speech. It showed that you really loved the topic that you were presenting today, and the enthusiasm showed the members and myself watching your speech that you had a lot of interest in that, and you did your proper research on the topic that you chose to present to us today. Great job, Toastmaster Zainab. Now, moving on to the areas where you may work on. You may want to work on your speech structure, because I personally felt that you had a great starting, but then you talked about choosing your pathways, and then I felt like there was a little bit of disconnection from your introduction and your main point. But towards the end, your conclusion was really good. You had a great conclusion saying that each and every one of us should not wait around for the right time, but we should just take the chance and go for it. I think it's a great message for everyone at this time, especially when we are hesitant to start out something new, take on a new habit, or just start doing something that we have always dreamt of. So yes, that's one. Moving on to the next one is I think you should probably have more hand gestures to show more enthusiasm. I feel like it will make a great impact when you have more hand gestures. Maybe sit a little further back so you can actually see your hands more, or you may try and stand up for your next presentation. You may also want to work on your vocal variety, as you sounded very enthusiastic, but it was always at the same pitch or same tone. I think you should, maybe there are times that you can maybe just slow down a little and pause at certain points where you want to stress that point. Just pause for a minute and then start talking. And I think that will make a lot of difference. To challenge yourself, I think I would like to challenge. It's not a huge challenge, but it's a very small thing that let's try to keep the eye contact with the camera. It's something that we all are working on since the virtual meeting started. We always tend to see at the screen. I am still working on it myself, but yeah, try to look at the camera as much as possible and try to have more hand gestures. With that, you did a great job today, and congratulations. And I wish you all the best in your upcoming speeches. Back to you, GE.
Thank you so much, Pooja, for the great evaluation, and I really enjoyed Zainab's speech as well. I think she said thank you as well. Right, all right. May I know if we are going to vote for the best speaker as well as the best evaluator right now?
Agnostic. Yes.
All right, can you launch the poll? Do let me know when it's done.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Nice rabbit.
I think you should bring it to your meeting more often.
Kim, there will be another one is on the best evaluator as well, just coming short after this.
Okay, so I'll proceed first.
Yep, sure.
Okay, thank you. So now I will proceed with the technical role players, where we'll get to know our report for today. First off, we will invite Toastmaster Mufaro, to tell us how's our grammarian report for the day. The stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator Kim. Am I audible? Right. Okay. So I'll begin with the list of those who used the word of the day. The first was Toastmaster Ahmed. He used it in the phrase, "Thank you for the Lakeland table topic speeches," followed by Toastmaster Abdul Wahid, who mentioned the word literally. And there is Toastmaster Nazira, who used the word in a sentence. "Their advice is Lakeland." Toastmaster Zainab, who used the word in the sentence, "Be as Lakeland as possible at that." And Toastmaster Yasmin, who used it in a phrase, Lakeland speech. I will now move on to the grammatic uses and suggestions for improvements. I'll start with Toastmaster Divya, who used the phrase, "We call upon Toastmasters Nisa." Suggestion would be, "We call upon Toastmaster Nisa," followed by Toastmaster CC Locke, who used the phrase, "Are you exist or are you leaving?" Suggestion would be, "Are you existing or are you leaving?" Followed by Toastmaster Ziggy, who used a sentence, all over the life I have lived." Suggestions would be, "All through the life I have lived." Toastmaster Nazira, who mentioned, "My sleep and health becomes worse." Suggestions would be, "My sleep and health became worse." And then G.E. Kim, who mentioned, who used the phrase, TM Zainab will be giving his speech. Actually, it should have been, suggestion would be, TM Zainab will be giving her speech since she was a lady. Followed by TM Zainab herself, who said that now that Grace has left. TM Zainab, you should have addressed District Director Grace is now that District Director Grace has left the meeting. And the last part would be the codes and words and sayings that I liked. I'll start with DTM Alicia. She used the phrase, "Avoid being disingenuous." She used the word disingenuous. And then Toastmaster Abdul Wahid, who mentioned a phrase, "I did not fail. It only took me 1,000 steps to realize my mistake." Followed by Toastmaster Zainab, who mentioned, you must make a choice to take a chance. And then lastly, Toastmaster Jason, who used the phrase, "Kudos to all the speakers." Thank you all. That will be the end of my grammarian report.
Thank you, Mufaro, for such a detailed report, and I really, really enjoyed. Thank you for reminding us on our grammatical errors. Let's work hard on it in the future meetings. All right. Now we would like to invite the R counter. Let's see how do we fare today. With that, Bull, the stage is yours.
Okay, let me start with presiding officer. Have 0 speech versus. District Director Grace Chan have 0 speech purchase. Toastmaster of the evening had 4 speech purchase. Club's successful series presented by DTM and Shah 0 speech purchase. Table topic master had 1 speech purchase. Moving on to table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Jason has 0 speech purchase. Table topic speaker Nisa had 4. Table topic speaker 2, Toastmaster CC Locke had 2. Toastmaster Mufaro had 3. Table topic speaker 4, Toastmaster Ahmad had 0. Same goes for Toastmaster Ziki. And moving on to this prepared speaker, Toastmaster Abdul Wahid had 2 speech purchase. Toastmaster Nazira's prepared speaker 2 had 2 speech purchase. Speech evaluator, first speech evaluator had 0. And same goes to Toastmaster Nick Yasmin had 0. And Toastmaster Pooja had 2 speech purchase. And Mufaro had 0. And I myself had 3, if I'm not mistaken. I counted. That's all. Well, back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Bull, for the detailed report. It seems like today everyone's doing very well. Give yourself a pat on the back, right? You did really well in the R counter, not that many R counter. Because there are days we may see a lot. There are some meetings I attend, like my club. We have people doing 20 over speech crutches. But you guys did amazing. So good job to all of you. Finally, I'd like to invite the timer, who is none other than Angela, to read out your report. The stage is yours.
All right. Hope you see my screen. Okay, was
Yep,
started
started.
at 8:03. All these times, okay, never mind. Table topic speaker number 1, Nisa with 45 seconds. Speaker 2, CC Log, 1 minute 20 seconds. Speaker 3, Mufaro, 1 minute 2 seconds. Speaker 4, Ahmed, 1 minute 12 seconds. Speaker 5, Ziggy, 1 minute 45 seconds. Moving on to the speeches. Speaker 1, Abdul Wahid, 5 minutes 55 seconds. Speaker 2, Nazira, 5 minutes 40. Speaker 3, Zainab, 5 minutes exactly. Table topics evaluator, 8 minutes and 30 seconds. First speech evaluator, 2 minutes 23. Second speech, second evaluator, 3 minutes 25. Third evaluator exceeded time, 4 minutes 23. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angela, for your report. It seems like a little bit out of time, but it's okay. Everyone's doing very well still. Now it is my report as the general evaluator to provide feedback to the club and also to see the club improve in the future. First of all, I really love the vibe in UTP because it is like very similar to my home club, Tasi Toastmasters Club. That is one because we are also university club, so it's really relatable and they haven't had meeting in a while. So UTP really give me that vibe. You know, it's young, it's youthful, it's very energetic. It is so fun to be back here again. First of all, let me share from the start of the meeting. I love that everyone is like, hi, welcome, especially Jaya. She was like, hi, welcoming everybody. That's a great job because that makes the guests feel warm. I think like Yasmin, Susan, everyone's feeling like, hey, I feel very welcome to the meeting today. That is something we can do. And I also encourage everyone if you see guests, I mean maybe like Hanlun also. I think Hanlun also did say hi. But if it would be great to have more people chit-chatting around during the session, then that will make the starting of the meeting before the meeting starts to be a little bit more warm. That's what I would recommend. So you can like chit-chat about random stuff, but not too much details. We can talk a more general topic and just like how's your day and stuff like that. Then the conversation will keep going. Other than that, we start with the SAA Hanlun. I really love that you had a really great and clear instruction. One suggestion for you to make this session a little clearer to all of us, which is to put up a slide to tell us how do we name ourselves, like rename ourselves if we have a role. Like if let's say SAA underscore Hanlun, okay, then you show it on the screen. That way guests will be clearer. They will know how to rename themselves as well as the role players. Good job on your opening. And to Mr. President Ahmad, I really love the speech you provided us today. You're always very energetic and you're always like a motivational speaker to me. I love it. It is so short and sweet, the session. It makes me remember more on you, your personality, as well as when you were the Toastmaster, you are the Toastmaster of the evening. I love that you actually explain everything very detailed. That makes it easier for the guests to know what is Toastmasters itself. One suggestion for you, maybe you can share how old is UTP Toastmasters Club. I know it's very new, but make it a practice. Maybe in the future you will have this memory that everyone will know when was UTP Toastmasters Club was founded and who is the current president. You yourself. I think everyone would know you are the current president. In the future, you will share like maybe the next year you'll be sharing, oh, our first president is Ahmad, in the future. But for now, we don't need to talk so much on like who's the president because you are the current president, you are the charter president. With that, I hope you can share more about UTP Toastmasters Club and how it is founded. Nextly, the Toast Table Topic Master, Divya. I really love the topics. It makes me think a lot. Sometimes I don't know how to answer that question if I were to get the question. Like a lot of the audience said it was a little bit difficult, but it's okay. I think it makes us think a lot. One thing I would suggest to improve the topic, which is to actually shorten the speech title itself. That way we can pick up the topic faster, so that when, like, let's say the speakers want to share about the thing, they will be reading. So when you shorten it, we can absorb it, we can share it faster, we can think about the topic faster. That way it will help to sort of like make it not so complicated for the speaker themselves. Overall, your first time, definitely you did really well. I think better than me. My very first time, I was a very shy girl, but you were very confident. So keep it up. Do take up more roles, take up more table topic master role as well. With that, good job, Divya. And to the technical role players, to 3 technical role players, I would start with the grammarian. Grammarian, I think that you shared really detailed things regarding the grammatical error and everything. Would suggest that maybe in the future, if like we make like there's certain like grammatical errors we make, I wouldn't recommend to actually say the person's name, because it feels a bit like I feel a bit like I did something wrong in the meeting, but actually it's just a little grammatical error. When you don't say it, actually, you know that you said this thing, but you don't need someone to tell you that you said that. So I hope that would so that we will feel a bit more comfortable, because sometimes certain people may get offended. So just take note on that. But if you still want to practice this reading out the people's name, it's fine, but it's just a recommendation for me. But overall, you did great job. As for the accountable, you did amazing. I have nothing else to comment. You same goes, Angela. You did really well in your timing report today. Overall, UTP Toastmasters Club, I really love the session, especially the Kahoot session. It is very engaging with the audience and also the guests. So keep it up. I really hope to come in more often to play your Kahoot games. And one recommendation to the club is to have maybe every time when you have the let's say like you have table topics, then you have a voting session. Then when you have when you have a speaker, when the project speech session is on, after the project speech session, you have one voting again for the best speaker. And then when there's an evaluation session, you have another voting session for best evaluator, so that you will know that you already picked up all these all the votings already. You don't do it one shot, because there are times you may forget also. So that's my recommendation. Overall, please keep up this youthful happiness growing platform, UTP Toastmasters Club. To guests, I will also recommend you guys to join the club, because as you can see, we can learn and grow together. It is not a platform that someone is teaching you, but you are learning it from your peers. When you're learning it from your peers, actually you feel very comfortable. It's a very comfortable. I feel that UTP Toastmasters Club is like a home to all the students. With that, thank you so much for having me, Jaya, and also Club Mentor Alicia. Thank you for having me today. And with that, I'll pass back the control to Toastmaster Evening, Ahmad.